What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chazz Ellis once again, and I got a banger for you. This is a request from the page Ask Chazz Ellis. You know, y'all can ask me questions on the videos. I'm gonna make video responses, but anyway, this is gonna be crazy because I'm gonna show you 10 steps to manipulate somebody into giving you what you want. Now, a lot of y'all gonna be like, manipulate what? He is wild and he is out of control. Well, the definition of manipulate is to handle or control, typically in a skillful manner. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to handle and control in a skillful manner. Now, a lot of you want to be able to control somebody else's behavior, but unfortunately, you can't even control your own. So we're going to have to really dig into that. And that's step number one. You got to take control of yourself. Be real with yourself. How many of you have tried to run some type of game, tried to do some type of maneuver that you read somewhere, heard about, but it couldn't work because you got all emotional, got mad, start showing out, doing whatever, fell for whatever? Be real with yourself. I want y'all to keep it real in the comment section below. How many of you have tried to do some type of maneuver, but you couldn't do it because you couldn't get control of your own situation? And when I say get control of yourself, that means you have to get control of your emotions. That means you also have to change the victim mindset. A lot of y'all try to do certain things, and when they don't work, you go straight into victim mode. Oh, I tried to be with somebody that had money. I tried to smash a girl on her first date. But as soon as it doesn't work out, now everybody else is the bad guy. I spent all this money on her. She told me she wasn't physically attracted to me. You was trying to smash. I spent all my time with him and all this. You were trying to get somebody that had money. You trying to get them to spend the money on you. You was trying to go to Turks and Caicos. Be real with yourself. Now you want to play victim. You got to change that. Otherwise, you're never going to be successful at getting people to do what you want. You have to do an honest evaluation of yourself. Part of controlling yourself is knowing yourself. Evaluate yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Who am I? What am I in this world? What do I have to offer as leverage? I'm not talking about you got to have $1 million. I'm not talking about you have to be a 10 in the face, slim in the waist. I'm not saying any of that. What do you have going for you? Is it anything? And I'm sure it's something. Be real with yourself though. Figure out exactly what it is. You probably got a lot going for yourself, but since you don't do honest evaluations, you don't really know. The next step is to research. You have to do research on the person that you are trying to get to do what you want them to do. A lot of y'all try to do everybody the same. A lot of y'all don't know anything about that person. All you know is what you want. Well, I want a house and a car. I want somebody to call me every day. I want somebody to give me freaky butt naked good loving. I want somebody who's going to cook for me. Okay, that's what you want. What do you know about this person that you're trying to get these things from? Be real with yourself, and I want y'all to put it in the comment section below. How many of y'all have dealt with somebody, wanted things from them, but knew nothing about them? You forgot that part. So the things you need to know about the person specifically is what they want and what they fear. You have to understand a person's fears and desires, and not just on a superficial level, on a deeper level. They want to smash. They want vacations and money. They want to be exclusive. No. What do they want on a deeper level? What really motivates them? Is it affirmation? Is it feeling control? Is it feeling wanted, needed, appreciation? What is it that motivates them? What are they afraid of? Being alone, being trapped in a situation that they don't want to be in. What motivates this person? If you have no idea what motivates somebody, then you are not going to be able to get them to do what you want them to do because you don't know. You don't know what gets them to do it. You don't know what the person is afraid of. You don't know what the person wants. So those are the things that motivate. Usually it's fear and want. If you don't know either one of those things, then you have no idea. What are they afraid of? What do they want? If you don't know, then you're not going to be able to get them to do anything. You can't manipulate them because you can't use any skill. You're just begging for stuff. You're demanding stuff. That's not going to work, especially not in the long term. The number 3 thing you want to do is you want to become the source for the thing that they desire and the protector against the thing they fear. So whatever it is they fear, you want to be the person that is the buffer between that thing. Because most of the time, like I said, it's not going to be superficial. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about, oh, they're afraid of alligators. How am I going to stand in the way of the alligator? I'm not talking about alligators. I'm talking about deep things that people are afraid of. Most people have a deep fear, but it could be being left alone. It could be being humiliated. Most people have some kind of a deep fear that they have. When you understand that, then you can be a buffer against that fear. Because most of the time, their biggest fear is the fear of dealing with that fear. That's most people's biggest fear, is the fear of dealing with whatever their deep fear is. So you can be a buffer between those things. Then you also are the one-stop shop for their desires. What do they want? How do you deliver that consistently? You want to be like, you know, they had a rat that'll go up there and they had like the little water bottle, and then it'd be like, the rat would just keep going to that water bottle over and over again because it's got something in it. You know, they used to put narcotics. I don't know if they still do that, but, you know, and the rat would just keep going up there. Just keep taking a hit because that's the source for whatever it wanted, its happiness. It ain't trying to do nothing else but go back to that source over and over again. And when that's the case, if you're the source for the thing they desire most, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. I'm going to use a thing that's going to sound crazy, but it's real, you know. Hopefully it's not too insensitive for y'all. But it's like when people get on crack, right? That's all they want, and then whatever, that crack becomes the source of their happiness. It becomes the only thing they think about to make themselves happy, and they're willing to do anything for it. They're willing to steal, kill, lie, get butt naked. They're willing to do anything for it. The 4th step is you want to take away accountability. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but a lot of y'all, what you do with people, and this is fine if you want to have some kind of a back and forth relationship, but if you want somebody to do what you want them to do, you can't keep holding the person accountable. Because when you hold them accountable for everything that they've done and all of their mistakes that they made in the past, they're going to think about not doing those things for you. They're going to think about the mistakes that they're making while dealing with you. They're going to think about the fact that you will be critical of them if they make another mistake. They're going to think about, well, what would you say if I said this? And what would you say if I said that? A lot of people just like to criticize people. You think that's cool, or it's just something you just can't help but do. That's why you got to control yourself. Because when you hold somebody accountable, that's cool. Like I said, if you want to have a 50-50 relationship where both of y'all have equal responsibility and equal this and equal that, cool. Or if you want them to be able to say you do this and I do that, cool. But if you want to have complete control of the situation and get them to do exactly what you want, holding that person accountable isn't going to help. You want to stay positive at all times. You want to keep it positive, because if you become a source of positivity, that's going to make them want to stick with you more, and they're going to want to get more of that positivity. Don't get me wrong. Being negative and holding people accountable does make them do what you want them to do somewhat. It makes them do a certain amount. They'll do whatever it takes, as long as whatever it takes isn't worse than you nagging them or upsetting them. So what I mean by that is, if you tell them to mow the lawn and you beg over and over again, they'll probably do it. If you tell them to iron your shirt and you beg or you get mad at them and talk trash, they'll probably do it. But if you tell them to get a better job so that they can pay for your vacations or work, no. If you tell them, if they got money already, you say, hey, come be with me for a month on this vacation, and they see like the uphill battle and the stuff they're going to have to deal with at work and they don't really feel like it, no. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, because that's worse than whatever you can do. So they're only doing the bare minimum. It's just like if you got a job and the boss constantly threatens to fire you if you don't do what they say. You do the bare minimum not to get fired. You don't feel like a part of the team, and that's what you got to do. You can't be criticized. You got to make them feel like it's in their best interest and they're part of a team that is always positive and always showing love. That's what you got to control yourself. If you can't do it, you can't control nobody else. Number 5 is ego investment. You want this person to be ego invested in giving you the things that you want. You want them to feel like that's a part of what makes them a man. That's a part of what makes them feel like a woman. That's a part of what makes them feel like a good person. Most of the time, this is natural for people to do. Only reason people don't do it is because, like I said before, your ass is negative. So they don't have ego investment in making you happy. They feel like you're a little boy in them or a little girl in them and forcing them to do the things that you want them to do. But if you make a person feel like they're a part of a team, they feel like, and you've been their one-stop shop for the good thing that they wanted, the ego investment is going to be natural. It's going to be as natural as anything in the world, and all you're going to do is feed that. This is how great you are. You're going to make them feel like a superhero for doing the things that you want them to do. Oh my gosh, you gave me this. You are a superhero. Oh, you did that for me. You are a superhero. You want to make them feel good. You want to puff them up. Because when you do that, no matter what anyone else says, they are going to be so invested in the good that you made them feel about what they did, they'll fight that person if they try to give them some kind of alternative reality. What you say? Man, I said you sitting over here paying all the bills and all that kind of stuff, bro. You tripping, bro. You working 3 jobs to pay this girl bills and take care of her 3 kids. You out your mind, cuz. I don't know why that dude seemed like he was Franklin from Snowfall, but you get it. You what? How dare you? How dare you say that when I'm a hero in my family? You got plenty of dudes that are like that. And you got plenty of women who are the same way. How dare you say that I'm not the hero of my family? Nobody wants to hear that bull crap. Nobody wants to hear an ugly truth over a pretty lie, because the reality is the truth and lies are kind of flip-flop a lot of times. Like, well, it's a matter of perspective. You know what I mean? Your perspective is I'm getting played because I'm working 3 jobs to take care of her and her 3 kids. But my perspective is I'm getting what I want that makes me happy. And this person is telling me how great I am. And they ain't trashing me for my mistakes. Starting to get it, huh? Number 6, full submersion. So you don't want them to be around the people who are going to constantly try to knock your program off. Hating ass people in most cases. Let's be real. Some of them may be real friends and family members that might have genuine concern, but they're not really trying to do what you're trying to do. So, hey, you want to bring them into a group that's about what you're about, that's doing what you're doing, that's pushing your agenda. Because most people, their happiness is usually based on, because for most people, their happiness is usually based on, are they getting what they want? Do they feel appreciated? And do they have a group of friends that they can relate to that have the same values? Pretty, right? This is what you have to provide, a group that has the same values. Sometimes it could be a church. Sometimes it could be just a friends group that you start introducing them to that's down with your program. You can't have haters in the building. If your mama a hater, stop hanging out with her hating ass. I'm sorry. If she not on board with your program, you got your girl over here handing you your plate on top of her head and bowing down and giving it to you, and your mom like, you ain't got to do that for him. Don't bring her around your mama. You don't hang around your mama. Your mama ain't on your team. If your daddy doing that, what? You ain't got to work them 3 jobs to take care of her and her 3 kids. Hey, daddy, you know what? You on the way to that nursing home, brother. Shut it up. You can't have people around messing up your program. You need them to be around people who are down with the program consistently. That's going to help you to maintain that ego investment and get them even deeper into it, because now everybody around them is telling them this. So some outsider saying something, they're not going to want to listen to them. They're going to want to listen to the people that they spend the time around on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Step 7, reward or ignore. When they do what you want them to do, you want to give them reward for that. When they don't do what you want them to do, you want to ignore them completely for that. All right, why do you want to ignore? Giving somebody negative attention is still attention. And when you give somebody negative attention, they know that you are still invested in them, even though you probably are losing investment, but you're making them feel invested. And when you make someone feel like you are invested, it makes them want to keep doing it or want to keep not doing it. They feel like they're getting attention for that in a lot of cases, or they feel like you still messing with them. Some people don't care if you yell at them as long as you're talking to them. Some people don't really care, but they don't want you to yell at them, but they're like, you know what, it don't matter to me. I mean, you still messing with me, but if you start ignoring them when they act like that towards you or they're not doing the things you want them to do, you're giving them the message like, I don't really want to deal with you because I want to deal with somebody who's doing what I want them to do. You're not doing what I want you to do. I'm cool on that. I'm not about to get mad. I'm not about to go back and forth with you about this type of stuff because I am willing to exit this situation if I'm not getting what I want. And this, me not paying attention to you, lets you know that that's the kind of person that I am. Take it or leave it. Unfortunately, a lot of people can't do that because they really don't have the confidence, and a lot of people don't have self-control. Whenever something happens that doesn't work for them, they go off like a firecracker. They out here showing out. You know, now the person is like, okay, I'm good. Or you know what? You'll get over it. Number 8, make submission comfortable. It should be so comfortable that they don't want to get out. This is how submission has always worked. The greatest prison is the prison that you don't know you're in, or the prison of your mind. And it ain't really a prison because you want to be there. You know, if you're comfortable, you ain't trying to get out. You know, even though maybe you doing this person's bidding, you're doing everything they tell you to do, they in total control of you. You're like, yes, but I'm comfortable. I'm getting what I want out of the situation. I'm cool here. Everything is making me feel good. And then you just keep making it more and more comfort. If you need them to get another job, you up the ante on the things that you do for them. Okay, I need you to get another job, so now you got 4 jobs. You make it more comfortable for them. Okay, when you get home, I'm going to give you the things I know you need when you get home. I'm going to help you to get to work every day. I'm going to do the things I need to do to make sure that you can get to where you need to go to. I'm going to take all of the stuff off the table that would make it difficult for you. Bills, I'll pay them. I'll make sure that, yeah, you're going to give me the money, but I'll make sure the bill's paid. I'll make sure, your food is ready. Whatever I need to do. If I want you to cook and clean when you get home also, I'm going to have all the pots and pans ready for you and all that kind of stuff. Whatever I need to do to make your submission comfortable and make it to where it's easier for you to stay in a state of submission than to get out, that's what I'm going to do. That's what they do in jail. I used to work in a jail, and in jail, they give you cable TV, they give you commissary. Yeah, your beds and stuff may not be the most comfortable, but the more you get into the prison system and the more time they're planning on giving you, a lot of times, a lot of the space is more comfortable. It may not be comfortable in terms of being able to deal with other people, but it's more comfortable in terms of they giving you a TV in your room. Or I should say cell. They give you a TV in your cell. They give you, commissary. They try to make it to where you feel more comfortable in terms of just day-to-day life. And then most people, that's why they become recidivists, because they say, well, not committing crimes on the outside is more difficult than adjusting to living life in jail. Number 9, brace for pushback. You're going to get pushback. Okay, when somebody starts feeling like you're kind of controlling them or making them do what you want them to do, they're going to push back because that's what people do. So you have to brace for pushback, and then you double down on the things that I already talked to you about. Don't get emotional. Don't get upset. You have to control yourself. Make sure you do that. Make sure that you, once again, reevaluate the situation, what they want, and all of those kind of things. Go all the way back through 1 through 8. If you do that, they're not really going to care that much. They're going to go right back to sleep. They're going to chill. They're going to be comfortable again. They're going to say, you know what, I pushed back, but I'm going to go ahead and work these little 4 jobs. I don't got time to be out here looking for somebody else and all this kind of stuff. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and make these meals, stack them up high for this. I don't got time to be out here doing all this old mess. Again, forget it. This is comfortable. I'm happy here. Yeah. Most people don't really want change because change sucks. You got to remember, you got to go back out in the world and find somebody that's not like them that's not making you do whatever they want you to do, and is a one-stop shop for your needs and protecting you from your fears. It's pretty difficult, man. Most people will take the evil that they know over the unknown. That's almost everybody's like that. That's just human nature. Number 10 is you have to monitor and adjust. They're going to change and their needs are going to change over time. Their fears will change over time. You have to monitor and adjust. A lot of times people can only do things for a short period of time and have control for a short period of time because they don't monitor and they refuse to make adjustments. They just try to keep doing the same exact thing. You're going to have to make those changes because if you're not providing what they want, you're not protecting them from what they don't want, the thing that's going to happen is that's going to be the carrot. Now you're going to be left trying to hit them with the stick. Psh, do what I want you to do. Psh. And then eventually they're going to say, you know what, I'm out. Or they're just going to start acting crazy and not doing anything you say. A lot of times a person will become rebellious. To manipulate means to handle or control in a skillful manner. But the first person you need to manipulate is your damn self. Otherwise, you can't control anybody else.